Okay, my name is Charles Baoni Kanyuguto and work with an organization called Force for Africa. I'm a fish farmer, a passionate fish farmer. On this farm, what we do here is an affordable aquaculture recirculatory system, and we try to layer fish just from a normal perspective, but trying to maximize the space and also to increase the productivity. On this system here, as you can see, we have a filtration system for the aquaculture system. Here where I'm standing, this is the biofiltration system, which we have captured bacteria to break down the ammonia to nitrate, but the water starts flow from the settling tank, and then we have the pump that pumps water back to the fish tank. Each system here on this farm takes or supports 6 fish tanks, and one tank has the capacity to hold up to 1,000 fish per time. In this system, we can do 2 to 3 times per year, and what we are layering here is trapia fish or Nairo trapia. If you come here, you're going to see our little fish here. So these are flies. They just came from the hatchery like two weeks ago, and then we are holding them here on the upper net before we later introduce them to the circulatory system pod. So once they after 1 month or 1 month and a half, when they're about from that grams, we are going to introduce them to the empty fish tanks, and from here you can come and see the list of the first batch of fish, which is about 2 months old. And here on this tank, we have 1,000 of them. And this fish tank is just 8 cubic meter. That is the capacity of this tank. It holds about 8 cubic meters of water. We are able to stock with a density of more than 100 per cubic meter. But as we continue to enhance our filtration system, we hope that you're going to be able to stock up to 200 and from 200 per cubic meter. The reason of putting this system was the challenges that actually we were facing as fish farmers, because you used to have pods, and then you couldn't stock. The maximum you could do was about 4 or 5 fish per cubic meter. We had a lot of problem with water, and then there also came a lot of challenge of land because of subdivision. So with this kind of a system, you can actually do an urban fish farm because you just need a small space, and then you can do mass production. For example, this small tank just occupied a very small space, and then it has the capacity of producing 2 to 3 times per year with a fish that grows up to 350 grams per season. So you can imagine that per year you can harvest between 2,000 pieces to 3,000 pieces, depending by your management abilities and how you're going to do to feed your fish. So from here, we hope that a lot of our fish farmers we are going to take over this kind of system. We are trying to use as much as possible the locally available materials. If you can see, this is just the normal dam liner. If you can see the tank is made of the BLC. So we always encourage our farmers we to work with what we have in our own farms. You can also see that this farm here is under greenhouse, and one of the reasons that that we have put it under the greenhouse is to maximize the temperatures, because Nyeri is generally a cold area for fish, and the trapia needs temperatures between ranging from 27 to 32 degrees, and so we are able to maintain constantly those temperatures day and night, and that gives the fish a good environmental for growth, and they're able to grow very fast comparing to the traditional fish pod, that we actually, our farmers use.
This is Nyeri County in Central Region, and fish, as we know, we've been getting it from Nyanza because you, it is assumed that people from Nyanza, they love fish. In Central Region, it is a bit a problem finding to me like people who love fish. What was the motivation behind this project?
Yeah, just getting a little bit background of this project. I'll have to say where the fish farming started in this region. And sometimes in 2009, 2010, the government introduced fish farming or aquaculture in central Kenya through the project that was called Economic Stimulus Program. And the Economic Stimulus Program also had a campaign that was dubbed Eat More Fish campaign. They were trying to introduce a fish eating culture in its region. And you can imagine that the nutrition value and health benefit of fish and white meat is enormous comparing to the red meat that actually a majority of the people in this region take. So from that, this project has been born out of the challenges that we, the farmers, has experienced over time of production, market problem. But I will tell you one thing that our people are now consuming fish. They have known the benefit of fish consumption, and the demand of the fish has actually increased. You also be surprised that most of the fish that is also consumed does not only come from Nyanza, it is also actually imported, even from Uganda, Tanzania, and even from China. We have that fish here in the Kenyan local market. So with this kind of production, if it is adopted, as the years go by, Kenya we will be able to have self-sufficient production of fish. But it's going to take time, and this could be just a beginning. And I hope that if the government will come with programs that actually will help and sustain this kind of farming to many farmers, this will actually be able to help us meet that goal of self-sufficient fish production.
I'm sure there's a farmer who's tried this type of farming, and I'm sure there's a number of them who fail. What is your trick in making sure that the project and the tree is doing well?
Thank you so much. Just to give you a little bit of this genesis is that we started with a feasibility study, and we really wanted to test whether this kind of a system can work. I started drawing this system sometimes in 2015, but I was always stuck when it came with some technical issues. But sometimes in 2020, I happened to meet a group of researchers from Wageningen University in the Netherlands and Laikipia University, and I sold this idea, and then we formed a consortium, and were able to have a drawing, helped also by some professionals. And at the end, we did a feasibility study starting with 5 farmers. The success of each project is determined by the farmer's passion and ability, because the farmer has also to follow the good aquaculture practices. For example, if you want us to succeed, you must ensure that you're feeding your fish well, you are giving them a healthy environment, you're feeding them in time, you are giving them quality feed. That is one of the things. Second, you must make sure that you are managing your system well. You have to check whether there is a problem or not. So we have very successful farmers. From the feasibility study, we started with 5 farmers. And among the 5 farmers, I can tell you that we're having 3 who are really doing well, selling their fish in the market. So, and to me, that is a big success. And I also think that the rest is only that they trade. They are also catching up. But there's always the people who get an idea and learns with it very fast, while others still catches up a bit later. So, encouraged by the success that actually is with the farmers, we decided to come up with this farm, more like a demo farm, where we can have these systems, have a hatchery, And maybe in future, we are going to start training our farmers. We will be inviting them here for capacity building and training, and also train other people who can be able now to pick up the aquaculture as a business.
What type of fish is good for this type of stuff?
This type of fish this type of system can handle both catfish and tilapia. But at the moment, we have started with the tilapia because that is the fish that is mostly demanded in our local market. I believe as time goes on, we are going to have other system that we are going now to do catfish. But this type of system can actually also do even trout, but you given the conditions that which rainbow trout needs to grow, like the temperatures and all that. So it's a system that can be used for most of the types of fish that we do here in this country.
Let's talk about the cost and market.
Yep.
How expensive is this project, and do we really have market for fish, especially locally?
When it comes to the fish market, actually, we are unable to meet the market demand. Because whenever I go and I say I'm having fish in hotels or to other people who distribute fish, they give orders that sometimes you cannot be able to meet. And when you have those kind of potential buyers, we need to put up together as farmers and form a strong production system that actually will enable us to be able to meet the market demand. The market is highly demanded. Even now, we're having so many people, so many hotels who are saying, okay, when you are ready, your fish is ready, please let us know. And because we can always have you to supply to our needs. And as I said, fish in this market is scarce. What we are having here is imported fish from different countries. So if we can be able to supply, considering the cost of production, and what the cost of production is that our fish is going to be competitive in the market. And I will tell you one thing, that the market and demand for fish is higher than we can be able to meet. And I don't think we are going to be able to, this country is going to be able to produce enough fish in the next few years. Maybe it's going to take time, because at the same time, the need or the knowledge and the demand for white meat is increasing enormous. So many people who are not eating fish are actually turning from goat meat, coming to fish. So the demand is always increasing and increasing.
Because like the feeds.
Yeah, in fish production, we say the most expensive thing is fish feed. It is still a challenge to get quality, affordable fish feed. You have to spend more if you have to get quality feed. For example, if we buy like the Fugo feed from Uga Limited, a bag of 25 kilograms is going to 3,700 of 25 kilograms. So you can see the costs are still very high because it would be more profitable if the cost per kilo for a farmer can come to allow around 100 shillings to 110, but now it's still up to an average of 150 per kilo. So that is the biggest challenge when it comes to production, because if you do the cost of production for the cycle of the fish, 70% of those costs are taken by the feed. For the rest, 30% of the cost, it's the cost for figurings, cost for labor, and other things.
As we conclude, what advice will you have for someone who wants to start?
I think personally, I know this is a very profitable venture. It may be capital intensive when you are starting, because you have to put these systems, you have to invest in pumps, in piping, and you have to also to invest in a solar system to cut the cost of production, because this system is running 100% on solar system. So, but once you do that, the return is very promising. The return is very promising. For example, one harvest of 1,000 within the next within four months is going to be we're expecting to harvest like 350 to 400 kilograms the first harvest. So if you do 3 harvests in a year, you see your one tank is giving you more than 1 ton per year. So one tank is giving you more than 1 ton. So the productivity is very high. So is the return. Can hold up to 15 to 20,000. One can hold up to 15 to 20,000. So in total, this year, seeing there are 4 of them, here we can be able to hatch 80,000 flies per time. So once you harvest your eggs from the pot, you bring them here, and once they hatch, they come to the trays, and then you remove them from the trays, and then you put them to the nursery pot. This system is just similar to the one that you saw for the fish. The water comes from the tank, and then comes and it's treated here before it gets to the eggs. And then when it goes out, it goes through the filtration system, solid waste filtration system. This is a mechanical biofilter. It's a mechanical filtration system. Then it goes to the biofiltration system before the water is pumped back to the holding tank. So it's just a recirculatory system. So we are using the same water. We're just recirculating the same water. Same method as we had there, because it also uses solar energy. It's 100% solar system.
Yeah. Apart from training, what other services do you offer to farmers, and how can someone get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can actually get in touch to us directly. You can also contact, because we work with the cooperatives. For example, in Nyeri, we have the Nyeri Fish Farmers Cooperative Society that you can contact. You can also contact us directly. You can also contact anybody who is a member of the FOSPA Africa, and you can actually get this information. And I think at the end, I'll give my contact to anybody who would like to get in touch to us. And if I would give my number is 0720533252. In case you would like to reach me, you can write to me a WhatsApp message or a text message, and we'll reply as soon as possible.